All right, hello and welcome to Queen Astro's tarot reading YouTube channel. So today, well, I was feeling vibey, so I put on this light. Let me know if you like it. I don't know, we'll see what it does. But today we're gonna kind of look at any sort of secret or hidden fears that might be holding you back or keeping you from accomplishing something or manifesting something or a situation, and then hopefully not only identifying what that is secretly that secret fear or worry or gnawing sort of thing that's going on, how to learn from it. I kind of don't want to use the word combat, just because obviously these feelings are here to teach us something, but how to make sense of it, and how to move forward, because obviously you don't want to stay in this sort of stuck, weird energy forever. So yeah, this reading is definitely for anybody who feels like they've just been almost like restless, or like, that sort of like feeling like that something's right behind you, but you don't know what. This will kind of help dig into that, hopefully, and give you some, at least starting points in terms of analyzing that and seeing how it makes sense for you and your journey. All right, so we've got 4 piles. Each one has a stone and a dream interpretation oracle card. So for the first pile, we've got hematite. Very, very pretty. It's like a very heavy, not heavy, but it feels heavier than I think it looks. With the moon card. Okay. Pile 2, I believe this is aquamarine, semi-rough. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera to focus. It's really pretty though. Along with the writing dream interpretation oracle card. For pile 3, I believe this is road light. Yes. It's very pretty, kind of like textured in terms of its pattern. Along with the shouting dream oracle card. My hand is shaky with this one. And then last but not least, we got the Amazonite. I don't know why I have trouble saying that. It's Amazon and night. Okay. Along with bugs. Dream oracle or dream interpretation card. All right, so I'll give you a moment to kind of look at the cards / the stone, see which ones vibe with you. Timestamps will be down in the description. And if you could just take a chance to subscribe, click that like button, click that bell button, all that jazz. It helps the channel grow and helps me continue to do this, which I love. And I hope that in a non-selfish way, that you love it too. And that you are, gleaning some insight. All right, so let's get to your piles. Woo! Hi, pile 1. You are here if you picked the hematite crystal. So shiny, so chrome. Along with the moon dream interpretation oracle card. And really quickly, just off the stone and the oracle card, just to kind of make sure you're in the right place, sort of thing. Definitely, it's kind of interesting because the hematite is such a grounding stone, right? Like I was saying in the intro, if you watch that, it feels like weighty. I almost want to use the word girthy, even though girth is more about width, I guess. But yeah, it has almost like a slight magnetic charge. It's very grounding, whereas the moon is, sometimes you think of like head up in the clouds, or the moon, while it can be like a very, intuitive, kind of like a joy in the mystery sort of card. It can also be a card of like deception. Like you can see this figure in the back seems to be dreaming up what's happening in front of them. and the people are literally on stilts. So while it's very beautiful, it feels almost like things can topple. So maybe just kind of like off the bat, I'm kind of getting this notion that you're in a place where you feel like maybe you're almost like what I refer to as like windmilling, like you're just like one leg in front of the other, like whoop, 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 like you're just going so fast, like downhill, and you're going so fast to keep from like tumbling and spiraling down, right? Because so it almost feels like, yeah, like one small thing could set off in your head, like, you know, a domino effect of like, oh, if I don't get in, you know, this assignment by this time, then I won't be able to go out to this party, and then my friend will be upset with me. Like, it's, you know, that kind of thing where it feels like everything is so precariously set up. And there's like a need for this sort of grounding, protective sort of energy. Because hematite is also like a stone of like clarity and focus. So it might just be like, yeah, there are like so many things up in the air for you right now. And this might kind of play into your secret or hidden fears that are holding you back from whatever it is you're trying to bring into your life or manifest. So if this sounds like you are in the right pile. If not, you can go and choose another pile, but let's get started. So yeah, I pre-pull all these, but you know, I don't look at them till now. This is such a fun deck. This is the Occult Tarot deck. So, oh, interesting. You've got the Moon, again, with Beelzebub. Makes manifest the apparitions of demons. Sets demons upon men to destroy them with vices. Interesting. Okay. And then we've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Decarabia, 69, which is interesting because it's, you know, right side up the same way. 69, either way you look at it. Teaches the virtues of herbs and stones, makes birds appear and behave as though tame. Interesting. Okay, so. And then two more we got are, oh, the World in reverse with Vapula. Yeah, so these are all demons, like presidents of hell and stuff. So the World in reverse makes one skilled in labor and crafts, increases knowledge of philosophy and science, and that's number 60. And then you've got the Five of Swords, which is Sabnok. Builds high towers, castles, and cities, afflicts men for many days with wounds full of rotten maggots. That's very metal. All right, so first, yeah, you got two major arcana in here with the Moon. And again, I think it's very interesting. Like, yeah, like I was saying before, I pull these, but I don't look at them. So I don't know what they are before I, you know, reveal them to you. So when I saw that Moon, I was like, ooh, that's very, very interesting. And makes manifest the apparitions of demons. So that's kind of like what I was saying before, right? Where there's this kind of like, maybe inclination or habit of, you know, catastrophizing. Is that a word? Catastrophizing? Or thinking the worst, you know, like, maybe you've kind of been raised with that mindset of like, you know, like hope for the best, pray for the worst, which definitely has served you at certain points. But maybe it's gotten past the point where it no longer protects you and it kind of hinders you more than anything now, if that makes sense. Yeah, especially with the World in reverse with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, because the Knight of Pentacles usually upright offers you this, like, it's usually slower, but it is a forward motion, right? Like it is momentum in the way you want to be headed sort of thing. Sorry, I want to make sure you can see all of these in frame. And right now, I feel like there has been, like, you feel like you haven't been able to make these deliberate steps because you felt like, you know, there's so much going on, especially with the Five of Swords, like a lot of just conflict, whether inner or outer, you know, builds high towers, castles, and cities, afflicts men for many days with wounds full of rots and maggots. So what I think too, like, as gross as that is, rots and maggots, it's like, there has been this, you know, previous conflict or whatever, and instead of letting it go, it's sort of started to fester a little bit, which I think has kind of led into this sort of habit or inclination again to kind of assume the worst. Like literally, like all the good, pretty things in your life are just one tiny whoopsie away from being taken away. I think that's kind of what can halt you a little bit. And almost to this idea of like with the reverse Knight of Pentacles, which again is like, you know, about like steady but forward purposeful movement. And the world in reverse, like I feel like maybe there's a sort of inclination, like if I can't change it all at once, then what am I even doing, right? Like if I'm not already up in the sky, like you know what I mean? Like, how can I phrase this better? Like you're trying to go from 0 to 1,000,000. But no matter how skilled you are at manifesting, you are still a human. I don't want to place limiting beliefs, but I assume you are somebody who still needs to breathe oxygen and eat food and drink water. And if you are, I think that's kind of what it's alluding to this like secret fear of like not being able to commit to something wholly with like a purpose immediately is gonna, you know, means you failed or something is kind of what I'm getting. But let's look at, I pulled some cards from the Crow Tarot to kind of see how you can integrate these internalized secret fears or anxieties, because crows are kind of, you know, messenger animals. They can kind of, you know, cross the veil sort of thing. So maybe they can help find ways for your conscious mind to help your subconscious mind work these into something, you know, that is productive or beneficial to you on the whole. Yeah. So we got, holy smokes, we got the High Priestess right off the bat. The world, oh my God, the world. Wow. Boop, boop, kitty corner worlds. This, are you kidding me? The Star in reverse. This is, I swear, I shuffle these so hard. I shuffle them so hard, but also in reverse. Wow, just so. Okay, and then the Knight of Cups. Wow. Sorry, I'm just in awe of the boom, boom, boom. Wow. Yeah, so like kind of what I'm getting is, especially with like the High Priestess in the world, because you have the world upside down or in reverse, kind of in your secret fears. This like, you know, fear of like having to like uproot or uplift your life in like some drastic way to achieve what it is you want to achieve. But this is telling me you don't need that. Like you don't need to, the world is available to you if you find that balance. Because just like even looking at the High Priestess, there is a lot of, you know, balance in this card. Obviously it's, you know, card 2, which is about partnerships, you know, things of that nature. But even the way she's standing, she's not like directly on the middle of the crescent, right? She's, if you're looking at it, or I'm looking at it, slightly to the right, but it's not toppling, right? So the way I'm kind of taking it in conjunction with all of this, it's like, you don't have to flip everything all at once. Like there are things that these are pomegranates, I believe, in the background. And pomegranates are like, you know, very fruitful. There's just like a million little jewels inside of them. Like they're very abundant, bountiful sort of symbol. Like all this is happening in the background when you do kind of break things down into little tiny bits, right? Like the little pomegranate seed. You will be able to, you know, manifest literally the world. And just to kind of give you a look at this card because it is so dang pretty. You've got 2 infinity symbols here. Wow, I'm just looking, just the power and the strength in this card, just like the mastery of like all realms is available to you. Again, and with the Star in reverse here, with the Moon, it's to not let yourself get into those sort of moments of despair or what ifs in the worst way possible. This isn't to say you know, like who cares if my rent's due tomorrow? I'm going to spend all my money on this Prada bag. I don't fucking know. Like, don't you know, you would know if, when you're being true to yourself. But these what if fears, I forget where I heard this. It might have, shoot, I should have written it down. But somebody said, any sort of what if you have in your mind, that isn't you. That is like old patterns or habits trying to kind of cling onto your brain and be like, oh yeah, what if that bad thing happens? Let's keep thinking about it. It's like, don't get lost in that sort of dark night sky. Follow the bright, like, you know, you do have a guide. Yeah, and especially with the Knight of Cups, which is, and right side up, as opposed to the material one. I don't know why that rhymed. Lady Gaga. Aging myself. Sorry. But the Knight of Cups is all about, you know, like starting to master these emotions, or, you know, be able to really balance them, because the crow's not even touching it, and it's on this horse's neck, and the knight's just like, yeah, but this is gonna be fine. Like, we're moving forward, and everything's okay. So yeah, like an element of literally letting go, like, you know, obviously keep your eye on what you're working on, but these, especially with you've got 2 moons and a star, a moon and a star in reverse. I don't know. Yeah, moon, star. What else am I'm making? Oh, and the high priestess. I'm sorry. I'm making up what you have. The point being, I'm really getting this idea that there's a tendency to kind of run over worst case scenarios in your head, which again, you know, might have served a purpose at some point, like to protect you, and you needed that. And that's okay, you know. But right now, I think what the cards are saying to you, pile 1, is that no longer serves you. That fear, that anxiety of feeling like you are walking on glass or stilts, or like things can be swept away very quickly, no longer serves you. In the way to kind of, you know, alleviate that fear or anxiety, is to kind of remind yourself of that. Like, anytime you do kind of catch yourself sinking into this sort of cataclysmic thinking, is to very actively, you know, pull yourself out of it. Like, you know, the idea of mental diet comes to mind. You know, if you get triggered by something on social media or whatever, you know, just kind of shutting off your phone for a second, remind yourself like, hey, I'm safe, doing some grounding exercises. Like, I like to do like the 5 senses one, like, okay, what is something I taste, see, touch, smell, hear, and just like name things in my environment to just kind of remind me of where I am, and that I'm not in this sort of dark night sky without a hope in the world, because you will come through. And I do want to pull just one final oracle card from the Celtic Tree Oracle, just to kind of give you like one final advice or message from your guides coming through today about any final messages for how pile 1 can alleviate this fear, or, you know, work through this secret fear or anxiety, or what they're supposed to learn from it. How can they alchemize this anxiety? Okay, so I got the Noon Ash. I pulled it in reverse. Really beautiful. I'm gonna read from the book. This was a nice guidebook. I just think the messages in here are so pretty. Like, they've got, you know, I've written reversal meanings listed here, but I think I'm just gonna read the message from Spirit, just because I feel like that's kind of what this card should be doing right now. I have come to tell you that it is safe to dive into your interior world. Here you can receive guidance, healing, and assurance, right? With like the High Priestess. If you find that you are not moving forward, try to practice patience and keep your intentions clear, right? That's what I was saying before with like the star, like use that mental diet, pull back when you find yourself kind of going in that doom spiral. Sometimes you're asked to wait for the perfect alignment between the right moment and what you desire. Check in. When you create a strong and loving field, you draw to you what it is you desire, because like attracts like. And so any sort of what ifs are holding you back and getting what you want. And if you're like, yeah, freaking know that, Queen Astro. I get it. But you do have to kind of remind yourself it is this sort of very conscious decision that anytime that kind of creeps into your head to be like, the way I kind of like to look at it, it is, oh, that was an old part of me, like a facet or whatever. It served me at a time, but I don't need that anymore. That's kind of what I remind myself, right? Like literally it says, sometimes restraint is necessary as the universe lines up the building blocks for what you want to manifest. I'm here to teach you patience and faith. Sometimes you're asked to mend fences or clean up your act before things can fall into place, right? Mend those like what if holes in your mind. Forgiving self and others is important. Try to find the time to help someone else. This is the best medicine for a broken heart. All right, pile one. Well, that's what I have for you. I hope that it resonated with you or you were able to, you know, elicit some sort of meaning or message from it. And if you did, please, you know, like, comment, subscribe, share with somebody you think will like it. You know the drill. Just like a little bloop that you just click it, and then that really helps my channel and helps other people see this. So thank you again, Pile One. I appreciate you for being here. I'm thankful I got to do this reading for you. And I sound so cheesy, but I'm like, you can do it, man. Like, you can freaking do it, dude. Get what you want. Stop what ifing it. All right, bye. All right, y'all. Howdy, 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 howdy. If you're here, you are pile 2, and you picked the, I believe it is aquamarine semi-rough stone, along with the writing dream interpretation oracle card. Yeah, so let's get to it. What I'm going to kind of do is, off the card and the stone, sort of give a vibe check, if you will, to see if this is your pile. And if it sounds like you, you're like, yeah, I think that could be about my secret hidden fears and anxieties and things like that, then you're in the right pile. Great. Stay here for the reading, and if not, go back to pick another pile. All right, so off the bat, we've got aquamarine, which is such a soothing stone. Like, it just reminds me of, like, I just think of, like, a mermaid just, like, combing your hair. I don't know why. I'm just, like, somebody just, like, really just, like, soothing and hugging you. But it does kind of do that. It helps, like, clarify perception and give you, like, a sense of closure. So if you felt, like, kind of muddled about something, or, like, you know, there's just a lack of closure in anything, whether it was a situationship or a job offer or, like, something with your friends, literally anything. It's a really great stone to kind of help you clear away the fuzz, so to speak, or the murkiness, and find that sort of, I guess, like a calm, judgment-freeness, like this ability to, like, let go of judgment of a situation and to, like, kind of see it objectively, if that makes sense. So maybe that's something you're having a harder time with right now, or in the past you've had a harder time with. And then we picked the writing card, which, woohoo, look at this saucy writer, Donald Ducking it with no pants, but a shirt on. Awesome. And I think it's kind of interesting because they feel like very complementary energies, in the sense that this is like a very soothing sort of, like, I don't want to use the word maternal, but like just very nurturing vibe. Whereas the writing vibe, I feel like this is sort of full speed ahead. Like, both the figure and the horse have their eyes like going the same direction. They have the same color hair flowing the same way. Everything feels kind of like it's moving very quickly and rapidly towards some sort of enterprise or, you know, goal. So I'm almost getting this vibe that you feel like you're on the right track. But maybe there's like, you feel like there's a lack of support, or like you're afraid, almost like you're turning into, like, I'm getting this, like, almost like, you know, trope of like a 90s, and this is, you know, doesn't matter gender, but I'm thinking of like the 90s, early 2000s, like rom-coms where it's like, she had it all, a job, a high-rise apartment, this, that, but like, she never had time for love. Like, where I feel like you almost like feel like you're going guns a-blazing, or, you know, moving forward at rapid pace with what you want, and, you know, beautifully, but there's a sense of missing, you know, at the end of the day, you just want somebody to hold you. And it doesn't even have to be romantic. It could just be like, even at, like, if you're at work and you just feel like, yeah, you're the star and everyone's like, yep, there they go. They always know what they're doing. Woohoo. And you're like, it would be really cool if you also kind of helped out a little bit. So yeah, if that feels like you, I think this is kind of going to dive into your potential secret fears or subconscious anxieties. And we'll figure out how to navigate those bad boys. Bad boys. Yeah, I just do weird voices. It's going to get weirder the more videos I do. All right, so right off the bat, we got the Queen of Swords in reverse. And this is the occult tarot deck, so it's all demons and, you know, princes and presidents of hell. So this is Andrielephus. Teaches geometry and measurements, increases one's intelligence, can transform a person into a bird. The number 65, which is 112. Yeah, so I'm getting like this sort of, this with the Queen of Swords, which is what this is, like cutting words, or like you're afraid maybe that by like asking for this help or this support or whatever it is you need in this aspect of your life. Apologies if you hear my dog snoring real loud in the background. I feel like you're afraid you're going to come off too strong, or like your words are going to be mincing or something like that. And then we've got the Knight of Wands in reverse, with Bathan. I pulled him reverse, but I'll show you just right side up real quick. Teaches the values of herbs and stones, transports anyone from one place to another. Interesting. Yeah, in reverse, I feel like, yeah, something can just snap right away. Like, just as fast as I'm moving ahead, like, it just makes sense that if I say no to somebody, like, that snap's going to be fast and we're just going to go in opposite directions. Maybe my hand movements made sense to some people. Maybe not. A lot of reversals. Then we've got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Reveals the past and the future. Reconciles friends and enemies with Aman. Am I making up? Is it Aman the one from Hereditary? I forget which one. I believe it was an A1. But yeah, again, with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, like something feels out of balance for you. Like you're juggling something, and while it looks cool, like while it looks fun, it's really hard to do. And then interesting, in the upright position, you got the Ace of Pentacles. Lucifuge Rofocali. Gives all worldly power and treasures. Makes one rich quickly. Yeah, so I feel like there's this fear if, like, you don't kind of keep carrying this on your own, you're not going to get to this material plane that you want to get to, right? Like, you're not going to get to this goal. Like I said before, like when I was just kind of like looking at the rider alone, it's like you feel like you're already on the right path. That's not so much your concern, or like you don't feel like something's holding you back from manifesting it. It's like it feels like it has to be one or the other for you, right? Like with the Two of the Pentacles in the reverse, like, yeah, I can get this thing, but at what cost? Like, am I going to lose this nurturing partner, or, you know, team or community at the expense of getting this? Is kind of what I'm getting, is the like subconscious fears that like you can't really have it all. You'll always be in act one of the rom-com, right? Yeah, interesting. I do have some cards from the Crow Tarot. I do link these all in the description if you like them. Yeah. So, interesting. Queen of Wands upright. Just because we had the, where are you? Knight of Wands here. Queen of Swords reverse right here. So, Queen of Wands, very, very pretty. And like those two lions, such strength, right? Oh, wow. The Hermit. Chariot in reverse. Dang. Yeah, I don't read these. Like, I draw them before, and I kind of meditate on them, but I don't look at them until I reveal them on camera. So it's always like fun for me too. Oh, interesting. And then the Three of Swords in reverse. Huh. what I think is interesting is you've got, you know, you picked the riding one, and then we've got the chariot in reverse, which are both kind of like about transportation. And I think this one is telling you to slow down a little bit, especially in conjunction with the Hermit card, which, if you're like, my fear is being alone, like this is a different kind of, it's being alone, not lonely. It's, because you can see this crow, I don't know if you can see, it looks like they're holding a lantern in their beak, right? So it's to seek this enlightenment, to seek maybe why it is you feel like you can't have everything, or you can only have one or the other. And maybe because this is something that's happened to you before, like with the Three of Swords in reverse, which I always just kind of take as the heartbreak card. So I don't take it as like something maybe you're experiencing now, but like maybe something in your past where you did have to, you know, give up a relationship for work, or you did give up the dream job for somebody and then it ended up not working, or, you know, something in your past is kind of keeping you in this, you know, keep moving forward all the time thing. I just thought of in Parks and Recreation, I forget what his character's name is, Chris, Rob Lowe's character, gets dumped, and he's offering to do all these errands and run around all the time because he's like, well, if I stop, then I start to think my feelings and I get real sad. So I feel like that's kind of like almost where you're at right now. We're like, nope, I've got a goal, and almost like you're putting on this facade of like, I'm okay with it though. Like, look at how strong I am. Like, I'm okay going at it alone. But the thing with the Queen of Wands is, she's not alone, right? She's balancing on two lines, which again is like just such strength. I think what's interesting here too, like she's looking at 3 sunflowers, which I see is like a very like balanced like number of like communication, and like community and working, building with others, like literally. But yeah, so far what I'm getting for you is that you do need to kind of, do some self inventory, but you know, whatever hurt from the past is kind of keeping you in this I can't have everything mindset. Do what you can to let that go, and maybe you're not ready to let that go, and that's okay, but maybe just kind of take time to not always run away from it, but to kind of, anytime you feel it come up, you know, notice how you feel it in your physical body, that sensation. That's an exercise I like to do, just because, you know, sometimes you get that like drop in the pit of your stomach when like you feel like something awful is about to happen. But then, at least for me, I've experienced like when you really just focus on the sensation itself and separate it from the emotion, I've also felt that same like drop, quote unquote, when I'm really excited about something, or I can't believe, like, oh my God, like that rush of feeling so excited. Like, so just kind of looking at that, I'm just getting that message a little bit, to kind of help you see where it's stuck in the body, so to speak. I'm going to pull one last card for you, pile 2, from the Celtic Tree Oracle. Just kind of like any last words of guidance, advice, messages on, you know, working with this fear and letting it help you grow instead of keep you stagnant, sort of thing. Okay, so pile 2. Okay. All right, so we got, and I'm not going to read this in reverse. The coal hazel. It's really pretty. It almost looks like it's on fire. So many colors. What I'm going to do is, it comes with such a pretty guidebook. They all have messages. All the plants have like spirit messages. I'm just going to read that and see if any of this resonates with you, just to kind of close out the reading. All right. Messages. I represent your own inner wisdom. I am that small, still voice inside that is sometimes hard to hear. I stand up for the heart wisdom that ensures life and health for you, your situations, and your mother planet. You'll find my speaking in a babbling brook or a dense forest. You'll find me in the fullness of the summer sun. I am part of the paradise in which you live. I produce the hazelnut of wisdom and ancient knowledge. Please take care of me and of yourself and the children of this world. I am the birth of your own dreams and visions. Now is a good time to use your divination tools. It is also a great time to support others and act as a guide or helper. I think that's really pretty. Yeah, and if you can act as a guide or helper to others, they can act as a guide or helper to you. To give you that nurturing, that healing, that soothing mermaid combing your hair. All right, that's what I have for you, pile 2. I hope that this resonated with you. And if so, please like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. And I will talk to you soon. All right, bye, pile 2. Ciao. Hi, hello. If you are here, you're pile 3, and you picked the rhodolite stone. Along with the shouting dream interpretation oracle card. Little baby. All right, so before we jump into this, y'all, I'm going to kind of give a vibe check with the stone and the oracle card. And if you feel like, yes, this is me, keep watching. And if not, just head back and pick a new pile, or maybe there's messages in multiple piles. Yeah, just take what resonates and walk away from the rest. So yeah, we've got the rhodolite. I believe that's how you pronounce this. It's very pretty. It's like pinkish with like almost like magenta with like dark stripes of black in it. And it's a really like compassionate stone. It's really, I remember actually, I think I got this like after a really big breakup, like a decade ago. And the person I had bought it from like telling me like, oh, it's really a stone for like healing heartache. Just kind of helping really nurture you and clear and like activate the heart chakra. And especially in conjunction, sorry, I mean to go boom, with this shouting card, it feels like you might feel like you're kind of at the snapping point. Like literally, if you don't say or do something, or something doesn't happen, you are going to explode. What I do think is interesting though is like there's, I don't know, this doesn't look like a sad baby. This looks like a happy baby, like a yay, like a fuck you. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe. But especially with the adult face, like kind of like letting this inner child burst out. Yeah, so kind of off this, I'm feeling like you might be in a place where you feel like you can't show off this inner you, or this like new part of you that's just like itching to break out. And maybe it is something you found while healing, and like say, I don't know why this came to my head, you really just got into Zumba recently because you discovered doing Zumba, moving your body makes you feel really good and just puts you in a good mindset. But for some reason you feel like telling people in your life you would be like a bad idea, or like, you know, people would see past your facade and see like, oh, they lost it a little bit or something, even though like you'd be like so friggin' happy. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting for you right now. So if that resonates with you, keep on watching. What I'm going to do is put these over here. I want to make sure you can see everything. Yeah, let me know in the comments if this light is fun or not. I like it, but it could be, I don't know. Let me know. But so first I've got 4 cards from the Occult Tarot. It's kind of going to look at your subconscious fear, or, you know, anxieties that you might not be as super conscious about. And then we're going to look at, with the Crow Tarot, kind of how to navigate those fun little fears. Those fun little fears. All right, so we've got the 3 of Pentacles in reverse with Oribus. Answers questions about the past. Sorry, can you see this as I read it? Yes. Present and future, gives dignities, grants favor of friends and foes, faithful servant. Okay, so you got that in reverse. 10 of Wands upright, Marbus, causes and cures diseases, tells secrets and things hidden, can make one shapeshift. 6 of Wands or Murmur, teaches philosophy perfectly, brings souls back from the dead to answer questions. Huh. And then the 4 of Wands, a lot of fire energy here. Literally almost all Wands. Knows all things, person knows all things hidden, answers truly about things earthly or divine. Kind of kinky card. He's like, got the, anyway, sorry, woohoo. Gonna keep this nut. Keep it PG, baby. But yeah, especially with like the 4 and 10 of Wands, which are very like about like stability, completion, yeah, it feels like you've worked really hard at building something, and there has been like a lot, like especially with the 10 of Wands, like a burden to it. Maybe something that didn't exactly pay off the way you wanted it to, with 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Is kind of what I'm getting a little bit in terms of This is interesting because this says grants favors of friends and foes. I almost feel like, okay, this is what I'm getting from this spread. Like, you're afraid there's not enough room for you. Like, if there's not enough space, like if somebody else gets, I don't know, this scholarship, then that means that there's one less for you and your chances are less. Or, you know, there's just so much you've been building for this like dream 4 of Wands, like this stability. But there's almost like a lack, or like a, yeah, like a lack mindset. Like, yeah, if my friend starts dating this person, then I'm not going to be able to date that person because they hate each other. I don't know why that came in my head, or how old you are, if that matters to you. But that kind of thing, where if there's not enough available, like you feel like there's not enough space for you. It's kind of the read I'm getting so far. So let's look at the Crow Tarot to see how you can kind of learn from this or move forward from it. All right, so we got 2 of Cups in reverse. Interesting. The 8 of Wands upright. The Knight of Wands upright. So many wands. Maybe you're dealing with a fire sign. That's Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And the Lovers in reverse. Yeah, so maybe this has to do with a love connection. Like feeling like, I'll look at my little Crow Tarot, just because this one I want to clarify something about the 8 of Wands in this spread. So I'm just gonna look at it's kind of a nice little guidebook. I love anything with a guidebook. It makes me also like kind of like double check that I'm not just like projecting my own ish onto it, even though like I, you know, meditate and do everything before reading. Just keep me straight, y'all. Just everyday time. Where the heck is, oh, here we go. 8 of Wands. The crow flies swiftly through the air on the currents of energy brought by the 8 of Wands. This card brings with it a vitality of spirit. Do not hesitate. Now is the time to act. The power of this card is vibrant and expansive. A narrow focus will not serve you at this time. You need to be able to see the big picture. Okay, also narrow focus, lack mindset. Just saying. Because the energy is moving quickly, the message of the 8 of Wands is that it is essential to ensure that every task is complete before moving on to the next item on your to-do list. Yeah, okay, this is making more sense to me. Especially with this Knight of Wands here, who can be a little rambunctious at points, like kind of, you know, be like full speed ahead without looking. Which is interesting right next to the 8 of Wands. That's why I was kind of clarifying, because I'm like, this one's usually like, yeah, go for it. And this one's like, oh, maybe you're charging ahead, but, you know, check, make sure everything's in balance, except with, especially with the 2 of Cups in reverse, which is, you know, all about emotions, partnerships, with the Lovers in reverse. Oh. Okay, this might not be for everybody, but I just got kind of like a full picture gestalt or whatever, like where it just like all like makes sense. I feel like you've been trying to figure out what's going on in somebody's head, especially with all these like knows all things hidden, helps friends and foes. This sort of like like not knowing something that's going on in somebody else's mind. And that lack of like, maybe they know a lot about you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with a romantic partner. Lovers, because it's also about choice. And just partnership in general. It could be, you know, again, work, friendship, neighbor, roommate. But yeah, it almost feels like you want to know so much about this person, like all these secrets, and you want to know it fast, because otherwise you're not going to have like the advantage. You're not going to be able to like charge ahead. And I'm getting that you don't have to do that. And again, this might not resonate for everybody, but if you feel like you're like, I need to make a move now, or this person's going to get snatched up, or that job's going to get snatched up, or whatever, and you're still like kind of like on the fence about it, or, you know, it's a precarious situation, don't act out of haste is kind of what I'm getting. Otherwise you will kind of remain out of balance, is the overall vibe I'm sort of getting. But to clarify, I am going to pull one last oracle card from the Celtic tree oracle, just to kind of give like overall advice into this, like how you can kind of combat this sort of me or them, like only one or the other can happen. Especially it feels like with people. I don't know why, like in terms of like competition of something. That's what I'm kind of getting. Well, I'm shuffling these. If this is resonating with you, please like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Helps me keep doing these. And I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you for watching this and being here. All right, what can pile 3? No. Pile 3. Here we go. All right, we got the Fern Alder, which is number 3. Interesting too, because you got the 3 of Pentacles reversed to begin with. I'm going to read really quickly. This has, what I've been doing with the rest of the piles is reading the message from the plant or the tree spirit itself from the guidebook, which is so pretty. Yeah, I'll put this in the in the description as well, if you want to grab it yourself. This is all about guidance, prophecy, and divination, which I feel like maybe is something you've been trying to figure out, or figure out what's going on with somebody or a situation. Spiritual protection, balance between the masculine and feminine energies. Here's the message from the Fern Alder to you. Take a moment to really contemplate what you want to know. Now listen deeply, right? Like don't be moving forward real fast like this guy. Let's sit still, and listen deeply. Sit in the silence at your heart center. Take all the time you need. When you feel ready, look out the window or go for a walk. Notice which birds you see. A raven or crow can bring a message from your ancestors or loved ones that have passed over. There is no one on the planet that has your specific signature energy, expression of divinity, and soul purpose. How do you connect with your purpose? Look to what brings you joy. And if you don't know, experiment. See what makes your heart sing. This is the road that leads to your fulfillment and sense of purpose. If you seek renewal, I am here to help you. I provide the nutrients for new growth, even after difficult challenges. I am here to help you begin again, to help you build a new foundation, and help you bridge physical identity and your spiritual identity and your ego desires and your soul aspiration. Right? This sort of struggle right now, that's fast motion, trying to make things happen. Just for today, breathe in the balance, breathe in the calm. Know that you don't have to do anything. Listen and wait, and the information you seek will come. See? You will know the answer. I am always here listening to you and helping you. Your dreams and visions are important, and I will help you manifest them. Take a moment to find that place within that is true balance. From this place, you are regenerated and encouraged. You are ready to begin again. All right, pile 3, I hope that you found some sort of help or guidance or message that resonated with you with this reading on your subconscious fears or anxieties that could be holding you back. Again, if you like it, if you like the video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Just like as a bit of an energy exchange between me and you. And thank you again for being here. I really enjoy these readings, and I really do genuinely intend that they bring you some clarity and help you have the best friggin' day ever. The best friggin' life ever. All right, bye, pile 3. And last, but certainly not least, we've got pile 4 with the Amazonite. Such a nice, like, little piece, like, you can just put in your little, put it in my bucket, put it in my bucket, put it in my, you know that song? That's what it makes me think of. And bugs. I don't know why this looks like the, who's the bald cleaning mascot guy? If you live in the United States. Mr. Clean. He looks like they look like a little baby Mr. Clean with Saturn rings. I don't know, this just kind of strikes me as a silly pile. Pile 4, I don't know why. But what I'm going to do really quickly, and if you're like, I'm not silly, well, listen to this vibe check and see if it resonates with you. I'm going to kind of look at the card you picked along with the stone, and if you're like, okay, maybe this is me, maybe I'm a little sillier than I give myself credit for, and this is your reading, come and stay here and check out the reading, or if not, you can just pick another pile. And there might be messages in multiple piles, there might not be. Yeah, let's jump into this. So bugs. Yeah, I already got a little bit into the card why I thought it was so funny. But what's interesting is bugs in dreams too can be kind of like our insects, just because there's so many. And sorry if you're like, ugh, creepy crawlies, but you picked the card, not me. It's about like multiplication, little things, hiding, discomfort, stinging, right? Like there's like a lot of little things, and you've got these two figures in the back who almost look kind of jaded or like too cool for school, or like, I can't believe that kid's like really into bugs. Look at that little freak. I'm not saying you're a little freak. I'm just saying that this is the energy I'm getting from them. But this figure doesn't care. They're like, I'm having fun with my bugs, and I know I'm building a universe or something. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this card from the Dream Interpretation Oracle deck. And the Amazonite, I don't know why, again, I have a trouble saying Amazonite. This is known as like the gambler's stone. So, you know, put in your pocket, in your back pocket, for like luck, and fortune and money and overall success. So the kind of vibe I'm getting from you is, you know, you might be a little like, you know, beat of your own drum sort of person. But you've got this kind of focus. You know what you want, even if you kind of come off as quote unquote weird or different. But there's still like, I feel like, especially with the bugs, a general like, not discomfort, but like, almost like, I don't know why the phrase functioning exhaustion came to me, but like, this figure's like, yes, I know they're talking ish about me and thinking I'm weird, but whatever. Like where you know you're on the right path, but you're just kind of tired of the energies around you, or even if it's like, you know, people like you kind of have to be around, like coworkers or this or that are just kind of like harshing your vibe a little bit. And maybe it is kind of like this fear if you leave your little bug universe, whatever that is. Almost like I'm also getting to, like, maybe you've got like identities online or something like that, like, you know, the web sort of thing. Like, you know, there's a safe space for you, but maybe it's not so much in part of the material realm you are quote unquote stuck in, or, you know, have to deal with, is kind of what I'm getting right now. And maybe a fear that, like, not so much a fear, but just like, I feel like you're almost like trying to accept that, like, yep, I'm just going to be kind of on this plane by myself. And while, you know, you've met other people and stuff like that, there's still bugs and you're still a person. And that's not to say that people online are like lesser than you or anything, but like, you know, they're not as concrete or able to give as much as, you know, somebody who is walking next to you. So yeah, if that vibe resonates with you, this reading is for you. I'm going to or I'm not going to, I already pulled. I didn't look at them yet, so the reveal is a reveal to me too. 4 cards from the Occult Tarot deck that kind of go over your hidden fears or situation or like anxieties, and then 4 cards from the tarot, the Crow Tarot, to kind of give insight as to how to navigate or learn from this subconscious fear or negativity or what have you. Oh, so we got off the bat, we got the Star in reverse. Gap. Can cause love or hate, can make one ignorant and without sense, delivers familiars from other magicians, can move from place to place. Yeah, so almost, yeah, right off the bat with the Star sort of thing in reverse. Love or hate, like I feel like there is a sort of like wanting to connect with other people, but this like, not even like I'm a holier than thou, like you don't feel better than them, but like you're just going through something else right now, and some of the stuff like they're talking about, like you just can't even pretend to connect, like you don't even know where to begin, sort of thing. Like if they're all talking about, I don't know, they're all watching Real Housewives or Bachelor, and like, not to trash those shows or anything, but they're, you know, talking about something with like a lot of history, or they're sports fans and you're not, like, you know, they're literally talking inside baseball and you're like, that's not where my head is right now. It's kind of what I'm getting. And then you got the Two of Wands or Ipos, tells the past and the future, can make one intelligent and bold. This is like an ostrich that could strangle you. I do love the demons because they're just all so silly. Ace of Swords, Citree, inflames men with women's love and women's with men's loves. Causes them to show themselves naked if desired. Ooh la la. Yeah, I'm getting a very silly vibe T4, so sorry if you're like, you're being really inappropriate. Well, it's my channel. And then you got 9 of Wands. Marcosius, a strong and faithful fighter, follows all commands and answers all questions. Yeah, so you've got a lot of power here. Especially with this Ace of Swords. Like, I feel like you do have a way with words and a way to, especially almost like a charm with the Two of Wands to kind of ignite, you know, maybe connections on the material realm, like in a one-on-one situation, but maybe not so much in group settings, you know. So maybe this is something like social anxieties, where it's like, yeah, like I'm not like a super loner, like people obviously get me, you know, like 9 of Wands, like I've got this fulfillment, but there is also like a feeling of, you know, fish out of waterness I'm getting with you. And you're afraid that that might be like, am I always like, it's not terrible, but like, I would like to not view my life as not terrible. I'd like to view my life as awesome, you know? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting for you, pile 4 so far. But let's pull from, by pull I mean reveal, from the Crow Tarot, kind of how to navigate this feeling if this is resonating with you. All right, oh, we got the Fool. The 5 of Pentacles. For a second, I couldn't find the number. I was like, what card is this? Strength in reverse. 2 major arcana, dang. Oh, my, 3, I spoke too friggin' soon. Wow, 4. You guys are, might have been pile, you might, there might be some answers for you in pile 2, too. Yeah, because with the, I do want to clarify, or like look at really quickly, the Crow Tarot's got a really nice guidebook with the 5 of Pentacles here, because usually that's a card of being like, you know, left out in the cold. Like you see these, I don't know if you can see them very well. These 2 crows out here, they're like, meh, while they're all up here, and it almost looks like they're just not on solid ground, right? Like almost like a quicksand. Like you just kind of like consume them. So I just kind of want to like take a look at, see if they offer any other interpretation here that maybe clarifies that a little more in terms of like with strength reversed, the Magician and the Fool, which again, 4, what a great spread in terms of energies helping you and all that jazz. If I could bring and find the Pentacles, here they are. Great, I did it. 2 different groups. They take comfort in the fact that they still have each other. This card serves as a reminder that even when all appears lost, there are still opportunities if we look for them. It also serves as a reminder to feed your spirit by focusing less on materialism and more on relationships. Yeah, I think especially too with that Fool energy, which is like about beginnings, right? Sort of like a c'est la vie, like let's freaking go. Like I don't know why I just thought of, again, I might be aging myself, but the meme. I think it's when people are playing World of Warcraft and like planning a raid or something, and that one guy just goes in, he's like, Leroy Jenkins, and he's like, no. Just look at Leroy Jenkins if you don't know what I'm talking about. He loses the battle for all his friends. But maybe you've already kind of done that, right? Maybe there has been like a loss, and you have been able to kind of like count your blessings, even if other people aren't like as aware of or don't see it the way you see it. Right? Like there's two groups, like maybe there are people who kind of see you as like out in the cold, and like you don't feel like that is what I'm kind of getting. Like even if you are like kind of like a little like nervous about like connection with the Magician here, I'm getting, and the Strength in reverse, it's like, yeah, this might be kind of scary. You might feel like you're going to be isolated in whatever capacity you feel like that right now forever. But right now you are literally in the midst of manifesting stuff. So, you know, it's not like saying like, you know, throw middle fingers in the air to anybody who's like doubted you or anything like that. You know, treat people with kindness and respect and how you would like them to come to you. But I think the guidance that the cards are giving you are to stay in your world a little bit. Like, it's okay. Like, you haven't, like, completely left, you know, is kind of what I'm getting. And there are people with you and guides with you. You're not completely alone. But yeah, to kind of close this out, Pile 4, I do want to pull one last card from the Celtic Tree Oracle, just to kind of give any last pieces of advice or wisdom. I've been reading for all the other groups the message that comes in the guidebook from the cards, because they have like interpretations, but also like messages directly from the tree spirit, which I think is really cool. 4, oh, no, 4. That's too many. Okay, I'm going to try to pronounce this, the Huathi Hawthorne. I'm not going to read reverse, just because we're just reading messages. 6. You might hear my dog rolling around in the background on one of her toys. She's got to get her scent on it, so sorry if you hear the snorting in the background. It's my dog. And yeah, just while I'm finding this, if you enjoyed this, you found that this reading resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe. You know the whole shebang, the whole spiel. All right, yeah, so keywords are cleansing and purification, chastity and abstinence, sabbatical, preparation, magic, protection of the sacred marriage. See, that's what I was saying with the Magician. Like, you can take this time to kind of prepare, because you are in the midst of making things friggin' happen, dude. I say dude to every gender. Yes, let me really quickly read you the message from the plant spirit from the guidebook. And I have these linked in the description too, if you are so inclined to get this deck. All right, the message is, I'm trying to say his name. I'm the Huatha Hawthorne, and I'm often referred to as the fairy tree. Do you remember when you believed in magic and the world of fairies and unicorns? This is not a coincidence, y'all. Can you remember how it felt to be an innocent child full of awe and wonder? Is it time to renew your belief in the unseen realm of the nature, as this realm is as real as a high whistle that your dog can hear, but you cannot, right? But you can hear, but they cannot. Your eyes and ears are awesome indeed, but they are not so highly attuned that they can see or hear all that surrounds you. Bring your attention to the eyes and ears within. There, through your psychic abilities, you'll discover dimensions of great love, care, and unity. Close your eyes and remember. See the fairies dancing and singing amidst the flowers and trees. Enjoy the babbling brook and the little animals that live at the foot of the tree. Return to the natural world of magic. Return to the slow and steady beat of the heart of Gaia. Return to the paradise that she is. Return to the secret majesty that lives within and without you. All right, and with that, pile 4, I hope you have a lovely day. I hope that this reading brought you some clarity or insight. I truly intend that it has helped you in some way. And if you can return the exchange of energy and just give a quick like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 you know. Thank you again for being here with me. This is Queen Astro saying until next time, pile 4, au revoir, bye-bye, ciao.